All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about something that, let's be honest, hits every single one of us at some point. That feeling of being stuck. When you're just waiting for something big to happen before you can really get started on your goals. Well, what if I told you those waiting periods are actually your secret weapon?
So it all kicks off with this number, $5,000. Now, for a lot of us, that's a pretty serious goal, right? Maybe it's a new top-of-the-line laptop, a down payment on something, or just a solid emergency fund. The point is, it's clear, it's tangible, and it feels totally doable.
And this exact amount, this was the goal for a guy we're going to call James. Now, James could be any of us, really. A developer, a designer, anyone with a clear ambition. He had his eyes on the prize, that $5,000.
But here's where the story takes a turn. Fast forward 2 years. 2 full years. And James, well, he was basically right back where he started. His savings account pretty much looked the same. That goal was completely, totally unmet.
So you have to ask, what happened? Why did he fail? He had a clear goal. He definitely had the time. But more importantly, what can his huge mistake teach us about the hidden traps that are probably tripping us up with our own goals?
Well, the answer, it turns out, is this sneaky but super powerful mental block. We're going to call it the all-or-nothing trap. And believe me, this is the exact thing that derailed James, and I bet it's holding you back in ways you don't even see yet.
So what exactly is this trap? It's this belief that for progress to actually count, it has to be some kind of huge, grand gesture, It's that voice in your head that dismisses the small, everyday steps as nothing. It tells you, nah, just wait. Wait for the perfect moment to make your big move.
And this mindset, it creates this really dangerous split in how we think. For James, his version of the trap was, I'll start saving seriously when I get that big promotion. See? That's the trap. But the action-oriented move is, you know what? I'm going to save a little bit from this paycheck. And this applies so directly to our careers, especially in tech. We tell ourselves, oh, I'll learn that new framework when I actually get a job that needs it, instead of just saying, okay, I'm going to study for 30 minutes today. The real lesson here? Progress loves imperfect conditions. It doesn't wait around for the perfect one.
Okay, so how in the world do we get out of this trap? This brings us to the big turning point, the core solution. And it's actually really simple, but it's also incredibly profound. It's a total shift in your approach that's all about one thing, just showing up.
So we've nailed down the problem, right? Waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect salary, the perfect opportunity, it's a trap. It's a dead end. So what's the alternative? What do we do instead?
It's this right here. This is the mantra you need to remember. Show up, even in small ways. That's it. It's all about taking those tiny, consistent, disciplined steps. For James, it would have meant letting just a few bucks show up in his savings account every single month instead of waiting for some massive deposit that never came.
And this is the critical mindset shift we all need to make. We have to completely reframe what waiting even means. It's not this passive thing where you're just sitting around. No. It's active preparation time. That gap between where you are right now and where you want to be, that's your greatest asset, if you decide to use it.
Okay, so let's get practical. How does this actually work? Because it's not enough to just think differently. You have to act differently. Let's break down how to make all that waiting time really, truly count.
Let's go back to James's timeline for a second, but look at it through a new lens, the cost of doing nothing. At year 0, he's waiting for that big job. 1 year later, still waiting. Absolutely no progress. And by year 2, the goal is still miles away, and he's lost 2 years of potential growth. Gone. Forever.
And here's the absolute truth of it, the thing we can't ignore. Time is gonna pass anyway. Those 2 years were going to tick by whether James did something or not. And it's the exact same for all of us. The next 6 months, the next year, it's coming. The only choice we actually have is whether we'll have something to show for it when it does. So what does showing up look like for a professional, especially someone in tech? While you're waiting for that dream role to open up, you could be learning a new skill, a new language. You could be contributing to some open source projects. You could be building out your portfolio, making it undeniable, or getting a certification that sets you apart, even just networking with people in the field. See, these aren't huge earth-shattering moves. They are the small, smart ways you prepare for what's next. And you know what happens when you start doing these small things consistently? Something really powerful starts to build. You actually stop waiting for an opportunity and you start building the momentum that attracts it to you.
The whole process is actually pretty straightforward. Step 1, start small. I mean, tiny, disciplined steps. That's what creates the initial push, the momentum. Step 2, be consistent. This is where the magic happens, where those small actions start to compound over time into something huge. And finally, step 3, be ready. Because all this prep work means that when the opportunity you were waiting for does show up, you're not scrambling. You're positioned to move fast and grab it.
And just remember this, you are always just one step away from starting, one step from building that momentum, one step away from being totally ready for that dream job. It all starts with that first small, what feels like an insignificant action.
So, I'm going to lead you with this question. We've seen what happens when you just wait. And we've seen the incredible power of taking small steps. The only real question left is, what small thing are you going to show up for today?